full party. Where have these buildings been this whole time? Like, I don't know physically where we are in relation to anything that we've previously established in this game. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's a big building. Who cares? So, here we are. Is that my actual party in the background? That's the first time they've ever done that. The ultimate weapon will almost certainly be housed in the depths of this complex. Oh, okay, bye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's the 8th? This is it, my friend. Yeah, that's actually all of us. They did the thing where they actually put us in the like, put people's models in the cutscene. Why is this the first time they've done this in the entire game? That I've noticed. Do we commence? Let's go. Like, maybe I'm not the only one. Oh, we have to go through. Okay. Yes. Great. What were those guards just standing there? I mean, I'm glad they weren't interrupting our attacks. That would be really, really frustrating, but yeah. Do we have to use this? No. Okay. It was funny. I noticed immediately because I went, hey, it's one of those lion guys. Those have not been even established in the game yet. What are they doing in the background of this shot? And then I went, that's a PC. That's a real person. Like, it's interesting. Who is that half health? This sucks. I'm getting wrecked. Yeah, I'm dead. Great, cool. Thanks, guys. Good job, everybody. What was that? Oh, that's so weird. Yeah, shortcut. Everybody running off. I get the like, let's just run through the mobs. Why would we fight them? And that makes sense. That makes total and utter sense to me. But I don't know where you're going. This guy is hurt. Okay, cutscene. Oh, that's cool. Gaius! Ah, Sid, my boy, you are late. There is something I always meant to tell you, yet the time never seemed right. What of him? Okay, by your father, I guess. In the winter of his years, Midas came to abhor his part in Meteor. He told me that he wanted nothing more than to... Why establish a slow-talking character and then don't... But he did not wash his hands of it. But he did not wash his hands of it. And something else, I guess. Come now, Sid. You must know that he did not have the luxury of choice. By the time he realized his error, it was too late. Shortly before his transformation, mayhap sensing that something was remiss, your father confided to me of all the regret. Early on in your career, he realized that while you had a talent for devising armaments, it would never fulfill you. Long before you knew your own mind, he saw that you would be far happier. It, though, he could not let it show. Why did I read that last line? You blew holes in this place just so you could say this to me? What is it? I hate this. I want you at my side, Sid. Take up your father's mantle and become the Empire's something. My father had a change of heart. You said so yourself. Besides, I have long known my destiny, and I assure you it lies not with you. A pity. And what of you, adventurer? Will you not consider? With your powers joined to mine, we might do much for this realm. Together, we will bring order to Eorzea. I don't get to have opinions. Haha! No, and I can expect no better answers than this. So be it. It was your strength that made me proffer my hand in friendship, and it is your strength that makes me proffer my... It's a big giant guy. I do love that we actually get to see the people in the shot, though. Run, Sid, or stay. It makes no matter. Gaius, wait! Damn it! I absolutely hate that. It's like, why? What? What's the point of having a cutscene if I don't get to read the dialogue? Like, what is the point? If I can't actually, like, read what's going on, why bother having it? Oh, it's over, I guess. I don't know. This sucks. This is just such a disappointing, like... It's this cool gauntlet of, like, 4 missions in a row and, like, go, 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 and this is what we get. It was going so well, too. Knowing Gaius, he is head of our ultimate weapon. If we find him, so too will we find our quarry. I guess. With these instruments, we can monitor every nook and cranny, and I think it's time we divided our forces. Pray, go on and give chase. I'll track your movements from here and guide you through the complex. We'll stay in contact via link pearl. Be careful, alright? Hi Sid, what's up? Where in the hells are you, Gaius? Hi, I want to go down. Cool, thanks. Good. The training wall. What? What? The training area walls slide open. You have been spotted. What are you talking about? This sucks. This is absolute garbage. And what's with this one lift? All the other lifts were like, I used the thing to teleport down. And while it felt really weird that there wasn't like a lift animation, at least that didn't happen. Why did it happen this time then? I don't even know where I'm going. I guess just walking around. What is this? Big bulkhead there. I don't know what's going on. This sucks. Do I need to take this key? Thanks for waiting this time. Sure hope I didn't need to do something else at that key reader. Do we all get in one? Do I have to? I'm healer. I'm gonna use it. Don't know why I would. I'm not the fighter, right? I'm a healer, but sure. I think maybe they were waiting to use it for like the whole party to be here. I don't know. Ah, there she is. I trust you recognize your old friend Maggie, was it? They must have shipped her here from Sentry. Considering all she's been through, it's a wonder she's still operational. And a few other words. Now that you're suitably armed, you can blast open that bulkhead. The external walkway. Something. What happened to my whole party? Follow it till you come upon a way down. Something's attacking me from behind. I don't know what's going on. Why is there a magic armor there? I guess if we get off, they like spawn or something. Or it's this is like, yeah, this does not have mount speed, does it? What do we got here? Wait, what? I can use a cannon? Oh, cool. It's actual like uses of this. Ground targeting mode. Okay, that's kind of cool. And photon stream. Alright, I dig it. I mean, I'm not gonna do anything in this, but that's kind of cool. Wait, where am I going? God dang it. Where's the... Aren't I supposed to go? Yeah, down here. I'm faster on foot, aren't I? This is... Ah. Oh, okay. I can't even use it anyway. This sucks. Oh, what? 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 What was that? What just happened? Okay, it just auto changes what level you're on. There's 3 different lifts in this game, it turns out. 3 different mechanical, like, ways of implementing a lift. And now I'm back in a Magitech armor again. What is going on? The bulkhead composed of special alloy, extremely tough. Ordinary fire won't leave a mark, I'm afraid. Isn't this from the past? Didn't I already do this? You delivered all power to the Magitech cannon, as I did so memorably. As you may recall, the armor's core is like to expire from the strain, but there's no help for it if we want to press on. Now listen well, press the controls, engage our ancillary, then fire away. Don't mind the warning signs. Or signals or something. Yeah, but she's alive, right? She's a person now. Is this a different bulkhead? I guess? I'm disappointed. You're a natural at this. Alright. The way's clear, but it's just you and your own 2 feet. And also 7 other people. Except for they left you, so who knows. Hold up, please. Got bloody stuck. I don't know what's going on, but there seem to be people over here. Okay. Like, again, I really do like that they actually bothered to use the models. Of course, all this does. You have been leaving a fine mess in your wake. Hey, Ragnarok. Is someone there? Garland, old friend. How it warms the heart to hear your voice again after all these years. Nero, is that you? You sound well. It would seem the savage land. The highest ranking tribunus of the 14th. It was you all this time. Tell me, Garland, how long do you intend to keep up the glory for yourself? What? You've lost me. Don't play the fool with me. Ever since the Academy, I have been condemned to live in your shadow. By all objective measure, I was the more talented of the two of us, yet that fact counted for naught beside your privileged birth. You were admired as the young prodigy simply because your father was the great. When you defected, I felt sure of something. But by disappearing, you acquired the status of a legend, your reputed genius gaining credence merely by dint of your absence. Instead of cursing you as a traitor, the people actually came to think of you more fondly. I, meanwhile, have ever been made to feel second-rate. I, who have continued to serve our nation faithfully, whenever I fail to excel. Why? It is only to be expected. What? What? Nero, I don't know what to say. It matters not a whit what I achieve. Your existence has rendered mine worthless. Even Lord von Balthasar saw fit to offer you a place at his side, and this in spite of your betrayal. Did he extend any such offer to me, the man? Long have I endured this injustice, but no more. Lord von Balthasar is in the midst of activating the fully powered in the magnum opus, the creation that will win the recognition I am due. I will not. Nero, what have you done? So they're the person that did the engineering. I figured it out through all this garbled communications. Let's call it that. Let's call it garbled comms. Ever since I first set foot in this benighted land, I have watched your every move. Blah. You have felled icons, a feat made possible by the Echo, a peculiar power which shields you from their corrupting influence. It is little wonder that my lord has taken an interest in you. As have I. If truth be told, it is my desire to harness your power. What? Okay. Sure. I just realized all the enemies in this game have, like, ruby weapons. Should I succeed, Lord von Balthasar? Okay, that was my fault. Come, adventurer, and yield to me the secrets of your power. I do think it's interesting that this whole thing is about, like, my actual, like, ability was irrelevant because you got the benefit from your birth, right? And, like, that's kind of how I feel as the adventurer. Like, I didn't do anything. I'm not no one special. Not because of my merit, just because I was born with this Echo thing. Or got it somehow. Like, I didn't earn the Echo. Leave immediately? Oh yeah, totally. There's a teleport button. Why wouldn't they just teleport me? Do I even have my AO set? I don't think I do. I like Tall Ice, that's a good name. I will lay Garland low, but first I will break you. While I appreciate that they're not actually being acknowledged in that cutscene, but they are, like, present at least, I still think this is better as a solo mission. Would it be less, like, sensible? Sure, but it'd also be more heroic, right? This changes nothing. Great. Good. He's gone! So stupid. The ultimate weapon is activated, and it brims with the power of icons. Nothing can withstand its might. We're just looking around. Yeah, okay, where is it then? Are you alright? What of Nero? Fled! Damn it! In the instant prior to the blackout, the instruments detected a massive power surge from the deepest chamber. Gaius is certain to be there. We have no time to wait. Wait? Word arrives from the Alliance a short while ago. It seems the Order of the Twin Adder has completed its blockade of Castrum Century, and the hands they can spare are hastening this way even as we speak, and likewise with a maelstrom. All that remains of some... I should warn you that the chamber which houses the target appears to be saturated with etheric energy that are bound to be heavy, and even if we lose contract, you must go on. Just do anything. I hate this. I hate this so much. It's like, not only do I have to read it double time, I'm still not getting every word. It's like, it's worse and I'm not hearing it. Look at all these jumpy friends. These like really broken up cutscenes. Like, you wouldn't do it this way. You just have one long cutscene.
It'll be somewhere nearby.
Oh, we have voices this time. Okay.
Take the lid down, and you should find yourself in the chamber of the Ultima Weapon.
Oh, that's all one big lift. Okay, sure. It's removing, like, Magitech and stuff. That makes sense.
Keep your eyes peeled. Gaius could be waiting for you down there.
I do like these shots.
Oh, and don't even think about dying. You're too bloody useful.
Thanks.
The interference is getting worse. I don't think the connection can last much.
What's up?
Tell me, for whom do you fight? How very glib. And do you believe in Eorzea?
Is the implication that I said something, but we don't get to know what it was? Because that's really funny.
Eorzea's unity is forged of falsehoods. Its city-states are built on deceit. And its faith is an instrument of deception. It is not but a cobweb of lies. To believe in Eorzea is to believe in nothing.
It is cool to see auto-advancing text when
In
there's
Eorzea,
voiceover.
beast tribes often summon gods to fight in their stead, though your comrades only rarely respond in kind. Which is strange, is it not?
What, that we don't summon?
Are the 12 otherwise engaged?
Oh.
I was given to understand they were your protectors. If you truly believe them your guardians, why do you not repeat the trick that served you so well at Cartano and call them down?
This is interesting, because we've barely focused on the 12.
They will answer, so long as you lavish them with crystals and gorge them on ether. Your gods are no different from those of the beasts. Icons, every one. Except for this. And you will see how Eorzea's faith is bleeding the land dry.
That's interesting. I wondered that earlier, if there was a distinction.
Nor is
Still
this
might be.
unknown to your masters, which prompts the question, why do they cling to these false deities? What drives even men of learning, even the great Louis Soir, to grovel at their feet? The answer? Your masters lack the strength to do otherwise. For the world of man to mean anything, man must own the world. To this end, he hath fought ever to raise himself through conflict, to grow rich through conquest. And when the dust of battle settles, it is ever the strong who dictate the fate of the weak.
I didn't see that coming.
Knowing this, but a single path is open to the impotent ruler, that of false worship. A path which leads to innovation and death.
Did he just change his armor color for no reason?
Only a man of power can rightly steer the course of civilization. And in this land of creeping mendacity, that one truth will prove its salvation. Come, champion of Eorzea, face me. Your defeat shall serve as proof of my readiness to rule.
Why bother? You've
It
got
is only
ultimate
right
weapon.
that I should take your realm, for none among you has the power to stop me.
Why would you fight us like this? Why? I'm gonna take you 8-on-1 when I could get in a ridiculously overpowered machine. Alright, sure. Thanks to everyone for waiting around for me to watch that cutscene. That makes no sense. Okay, I'm just gonna stand where the other healer's standing. Make a point of me.
I had not thought to be so hard-pressed. Your strength is most impressive. Such power befits a ruler.
Interesting change of...
Yet, you lack the resolve to put it to proper use. A waste.
Okay. We're really good at letting people walk away, is what I've noticed. It's like, if anybody wants to flee, we're honor bound to let them or something, is how it seems. Well, that happened. There's the interact. Oh, okay. Why have these like really like 2-second apart cutscenes? Just have it be one cutscene. We really should have come here with a plan. I'm gonna be disappointed if we just beat this in a fist fight. Like, why establish it being powerful?
Allow me, then, hero, to do that which you will not. True power of the Ultimo weapon.
Being melodramatic. The weapon. The weapon pertains to something. Alright, so we're just gonna have a fight, I guess. This thing that we watched eat primals. we're just gonna punch it. We're just gonna punch it to death. It's no big. I don't get it. Yeah, I mean, it's cool that we were gonna fight him in it, but like, why would he fight us one-on-one to begin with? Or not even one-on-one, 1-8. Like, it's like, alright, cool, I guess. Could have done this from the start. Could have skipped one fight. And like, what? Like, why can't it just... It should just grab one of us and eat us. That should just happen. Like, it should just one at a time eat each of us. Like, I don't know, I feel like we should have had a plan to, like, cheese this fight. Or at least, I don't know. What the heck? Oh, they can summon the primals, that's cute. Oh, that's actually really cute. I like that a lot. So maybe it can only absorb primals. Is that the idea? It can't actually, like, kill people normally? But because it absorbs primals, it can actually, like, use them like Final Fantasy VIII summons. That's legitimately a cute concept. I like that. Alright. Alright, I'll hand it to you. I can't follow anything that goes on in any of these fights ever. But I did find that there's health bars to the side, and when I figured that out, oh, the game got so much easier. No, how are you doing this? I don't know. Are we even doing this? Show me do final damage. Alright.
But the Ultima weapon is all-powerful! Why does my enemy still stand?
I don't know. You really should have more consistent writing.
Can her strength truly be so great?
It is the blessing of light that confounds you.
Okay, so there is something special going on, I guess. Feels like a counter.
Your foe acts under the protection of the crystal she bears.
So, this is what empowers her.
I guess. Not in any tangible way, but sure.
Beyond mortal limits. If you are to prevail, the hammer of darkness must needs be brought to bear upon the shield of light. And so it shall, for the Ultima weapon is host to a power of which you are as yet ignorant.
Speak plainly, Ascian.
The heart of Sabik. It is the weapon's core, an enigma whose surface even the vaunted scholars of ancient Alec failed to scratch. The magic within has lain dormant for eons.
Of what magic do you speak?
Wait, EO is always pronounced A in this game, but eons is still eons?
Without parallel. Ultima.
Great, good, cool.
I sought the life force of the primals for no other reason but to quicken the core. For the true power of the Ultima weapon lies within its now beating heart.
La Brea, what have you done?
No more than was necessary for my god to be reborn.
Damn you, Ascian.
Okay.
The hour is at hand. Behold but a sliver of my god's power. From the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, the world shall tremble. Unleash Ultima!
Okay. So it's cool to actually see, like, the world-destroying
Such
power
devastation!
get blocked
This was
by
not my intention!
our fancy resistance.
Oh, Heidelin. It seems the task of keeping your champion alive has exhausted what strength you had left. Van Belsar, your enemy's shield is broken. The rest I leave to you.
This is the thing, right? Like, why are we having this fight
We
first?
will speak later, Ascian.
When there's, like, big lasers and stuff. And so we actually see
But
big lasers.
first, I must deal with you. The question of who is mightier remains.
And we see that it is not just that we're a bullet
Come,
sponge.
adventurer. Let us find the answer together.
But actually the blessing of Heidelin. Cool. I take it. I accept this. And you can't do that again because you let loose a sliver of their power. You can't do something similar. I don't know. Alright. It's cool actually voicing these though. Usually I do them. And it is interesting seeing how, like, again, it's that question of, like, well, why we're so special and what's up with all these other people? Because they're not also, like, they've been presented as just other adventurers, not other life forms. Like, and maybe that's inconsistent later, but that's how it seems to be presented at the moment. It's like, okay. The point being, when you say, yeah, I want to take a high protected all the people, then yeah, cool, that checks out. I don't know what's going on. There's lasers going everywhere. You know, it's nice having another healer, but it also kind of sucks having another healer. It's kind of a weird wibble wobble. I guess it died. I don't know. I really wasn't watching its health. Maybe that's on me.
No!
I'm playing a healer. Feels less like a boss battle. I don't know.
Heed me. The subjects of a weak ruler must needs look to a higher power for providence, and their dependence comes at a cost to the realm. The misguided elevate the frail, and the frail lead the people astray.
Is that you? Zing!
Unless a man of power wrests control, the cycle will never be broken.
Sure.
You of all people must see the truth in this. You who have the strength to rule.
Okay. So, is it destroyed or not? Did we get another one of those Heidelin force fields, or are we all just dead now?
Pathetic.
Hey, you have a voice. That's cool.
You boasted of unrivaled power. You were entrusted with the ultimate weapon. The ultimate magic. And still, you failed. So much for the glory of man. The growing imbalance afflicting the planet must be redressed.
Redressed?
If it is permitted to worsen, the very laws of existence, both etheric and physical, will be warped beyond all recognition.
Okay.
Know you the root of this corruption? Hydaelyn.
Yeah, I don't know what Hydaelyn is. Like, I know I had a vision of a crystal, but...
Parasite, she must be burned out if the planet is to recover.
Like, in the actual narrative, she has not been mentioned.
But the return of the one true god will ensure her complete excision.
Sure.
Yet, to pave the way for the Master's return, a chaotic confluence of untold proportions must needs be brought about. And that will necessitate the presence of the primals. Needless to say, both you and your scion accomplices cannot be suffered to interfere in this endeavor. You will not leave this place alive. It is past time your flame was extinguished, bringer of light.
Once again, I'm not really sure how I feel about this, because, like, we've seen this character throughout the whole story. They are maybe one of the most consistent characters that we keep seeing, you know, recurring villain-wise, but, like, we never really interacted with them much. Just a little bit. Yeah, it needs to be a conversation and stuff, so maybe I'm still interpreting. Yeah, it feels like we've had one scene with the guy, and now we're gonna fight them. Like, despite the fact that we've seen them a whole bunch, we haven't really had scenes with them. There's been a few where he's like, ha 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 ha, I'm gonna drop a spider on you. And I was like, cool, the spider's already dead because your cutscene took too long and the other players killed it. Which is not their fault, but still. Is he dead already? Okay. What kind of a boss battle is this? This is stupid. Really trying different things out with this, like, last little arc of quests.
If thou wouldst pierce the shadows, make thee a blade of light.
I don't really use a sword, but, like, okay. Look at this blade of light! It's a book-shaped blade! Alright, okay. At least they're consistent with it. That's so dumb, though. That's really funny. Oh, I wish I could do this cutscene as a fisher. Just have this light fishing rod.
What?
Despite how, like, long and drawn out this game is, the endings felt really rushed. It's weird. I think there are a few more missions still, so whatever. But they're really, like, trying to make this look like a big deal, like, whoa, climax.
The light, it binds them. They are too many.
This is like the true end in detail. That's what this feels like. But that was better. You actually, you know, had to, like, use your other allies to help you and do stuff instead of just being a cutscene. Ah, Undertale was good. Cool. I don't even know if I ever knew Thancred, or if he got like corrupted like partway through. Like I don't know. All right. It's always weird how it just drops you back into where you left. It's like you had this big climactic scene and go use that portal, I guess. That was funny. We just go right to this cutscene. Why do we need to have that little second? In a normal dungeon, maybe, because you can actually go explore the dungeon afterwards, but like here? Oh, Gaius is just there. All right, sure, yeah. Why not? I don't know.
And so my conquest ends, Cid.
Oh, I have to actually click now because there aren't people waiting on me. So they'll let me take as long as I want.
In smoke and ashes.
Except for that one, I guess, because I wanted it to be dramatic. Which, fair enough.
Hear, feel, think. Warrior of light, beloved daughter. The darkness hath fled before the unclosed brilliance of thy spirit. Yet it lingereth still beyond the sight of men, in forgotten corners of the world. In the depths of the abyss yet resideth the Dark One, watchful ever, till this evil be cast out. Never shall the world know aught but a passing peace. Yet for the present, a gentle light shineth o'er the realm of Eorzea. With thee at its heart. From sparkling moat shall it swell to glorious sun, and all the world shall bask in its warmth. Blessings and joy be upon thee.
What was that I just did? Right
Go
away.
forth, my child, and be as a beacon of hope for Eorzea and the lands beyond through all the days of thy life.
I mean, I still don't know what that is or why it chose me or anything. Like, I don't even know.
My
where
lady,
that came-
all Twin Adder units have fallen back to the outer perimeter.
The Flames have completed their withdrawal, General.
Admiral, all hands accounted for. She's still in there.
Yeah.
Sid, has there been no word?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Damnation!
That struck me as really funny.
She's going to make it, I know she is. Ida is right. We must have faith.
Must needs have faith.
Sid, can they not be evacuated aboard the Enterprise? That adventurer and the Scions are as the Warriors of Light reborn.
Oh, am I not good enough for you? I don't get a name? That adventurer? Wow. Get her, Kana Isena. I'm glad Merle didn't deliver that line. She knows me personally. Ugh.
We cannot abandon them to their fate. Not again.
I wholeheartedly agree, but flying into the midst of that would only add to the fireworks.
There must be something we can do.
Please, Mother Heidelin. Please light her way through the darkness.
Prayer.
Look into the light, my child. If thou would see thy companions returned safe to thee, reach out to them now.
There!
What?
Oh!
That's gonna be...
Yay! Our Warrior of Light.
Yes! The hero returns!
We can't say your name because we don't know
Thancred
it.
is with her!
Thank the 12!
That was cute, okay.
Thank Heidelin. Welcome home.
That was a pretty good scene. I think they delivered that, the emotion of that scene pretty well. The other 7 people with me died. I don't know. Where are they? Who knows? We didn't talk about them. They're not acknowledged. Like...
You almost got us killed that one time, remember?
Now, we both know that was your fault.
Thank the 12 we're safe.
Oh, wow, we're
Mind
actually
your
getting credits.
horns there, man-bull.
Holy crap, it's over.
Mayhap when you mind your manners.
Huh.
Though the crystal that bound Thancred is no more, I doubt we can say the same of La Habrea. And even if we could, we know that he is not alone. Confounded Ascians. Their god may be unknown to us, but their zeal is unquestionable. Suffice it to say, it would be folly to assume that they no longer pose a threat. Nevertheless, for now, we must savor what peace we have won, however ephemeral. Do you see, Grandfather? Our first step towards realizing the dream for which you gave your life.
Yeah. Oh.
Friends, the dread night of Imperial tyranny and Ascian machination is ended. A new day now begins in Eorzea.
True to their name, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, along with our champion, have delivered us from darkness.
Come on.
Let their shared victory serve to remind us of our shared history.
I'll take our champion.
And let
over.
their bravery in the face of adversity inspire future generations.
Doubt not, the realm will need bravery in the days to come. Old rifts threaten to divide us within our walls, while hordes of beastmen claw at our gates. And though the Black Wolf be slain, the rest of the pack remains. Yet no foe need we fear, so long as we stand as one.
So long as the Scions stand for peace.
So long as our champion stands fast. For there exists no adversity over which we may not jointly prevail.
No longer can we turn a blind eye to the suffering of our allies.
No nation stands alone. If one should fall, so shall we all. Eorzea is our shared home. For any one of us to know peace, so too must our neighbor.
Just as we join in solidarity before you this day, so too shall our grand companies be joined henceforth to strive not only for the good of mere nations, but for the good of all the realm.
Change will not come overnight. Yet I foresee a day, not so very far from now, when the lines that divide our lands fade, and all of Eorzea is one.
It has been but 5 short years since the Battle of Cartano. 5 years since the advent of the 7th Umbral Era. No victory, however sweet, can wash away our bitter sorrows. No triumph can reclaim those we lost.
I love her voice. It's so good.
Yet do not presume you honor them by dwelling on the past. It was not the past they fought for. You would repay their sacrifice by looking to the future.
A future united, as the warriors of light united in the champion.
Now is the time for us to rise as one, bearing all of Eorzea on our shoulders.
5 years ago, Eorzea bore witness to the end of the 6th Astral Era.
Oh, this is still going.
Now, the 7th Umbral Era draws to a close. Yet we come together not to glory in its end, but to mark a new beginning.
Would this line up with the end of the year? What? Or maybe. Oh, you just have a gun.
Let it be writ that on this day, by the light of the crystal, Eorzea ushered in a new era.
The 7th Astral Era is come! And thus is ours a realm reborn!
Yay! Bro just pulls out a gun. I didn't expect that. I don't know why I find that so funny. I thought we'd only ever seen the Imperials use guns. What the heck? Well, they actually have end credits. I didn't expect that in an MMO. I've never made it to the end of a MMO's main quest before, right? So I don't know. I don't know if this is normal. I don't know if it's not normal. They really tried to make that an ending, and they really played it up. They really threw the theatrics out there. They really put on the tension strings, right? That's not the correct term, but they went for it, right? And the cinematics, the theatrics of this last little scene, especially, and the scenes leading up to it, they swept me up in it, you know? They actually got me being like, yeah, this is an ending. And it's kind of just an ending with no game prior to it. It's very weird. It's very weird. Also, there's no music. Oh. There's very faint music. Did I turn the music down, like, really low or something? Like, you can barely hear that. What? I mean, no, that's so weird. Why is the balance on that so low? Anyway, that's not... I wanted to actually talk about the game. I was saying earlier that the game, if it ended now, right? If this lead up at the end ended with, you know, like the end of The Realm Reborn, it would feel like the end of the first disc of a like 4-disc Final Fantasy game, because that's the structure that I know, right? And the difference is, no disc is gonna end like this with a big theatric speech and like a running credit sequence, right? But if you cut that part off, yeah, it is the same, right? Like, let's use my Final Fantasy VIII comparison. How does disc 1 end there, right? You finish a fight, a boss fight, and then the boss goes, no, I didn't die, and kills you instead. Cut to insert disc 2. Boom! It's so good. I think that's disc 2. That might be disc 3. No, that's disc 2. That's disc 2. I'm pretty sure. Is that disc 3? No, it's disc 2, right? Anyway, sorry. Not important. And like, is it actually pretty close? It is pretty close. We get here, we're finally storming the, like, you know, the Tower of the Imperials, who, let's be honest, we were told were a problem. We never seen them do anything. Show Don't Tell was completely disregarded in this situation, but I'm going to ignore that. And then we have this big fight. There's a bunch of explosions. If you fade to black there and fade in a insert disc 2, it works. And then this scene that we just watched would have actually been the start of disc 2. So if you just move that like the split point over, I think it actually lines up really well. But having this big scene where it's like we're wrapping up the scene, we're wrapping up the game, they swept me up and it did feel like the end of a game. So I don't know. It's weird. I'm gonna let the full credits roll because I feel like that is the respectful thing to do as a streamer. But I don't know how much more I have to say about it. There was something I did want to talk about. I sort of had touched on this a few times and didn't really ever get all the words out of my mouth. The end here, we have this element where they're talking about the 12, where they're talking about, like, your false gods and stuff. And they mentioned it a couple times before, but, like, never really much. But it's weird because, like, other than at character creation, you choose a god, and in random bits of slang, people will, like, refer to gods. That's about it, right? They're not treated as these, like, powerful magical figures, right? This, like, if they are, they did a bad job at showing that, because I certainly didn't feel like the game presented them as such. I don't even know the names of the 12, right? Like, as far as I know, there's no in-game way of bringing up that information. Now, maybe I'm wrong, right? I could very much be wrong. And obviously, there's lots of stuff that I access via the internet that I don't access via in-game. So, that's not a huge distinction, but it is weird being in this setting and going, I don't know the gods. Nobody talks about them. It's not relevant to anyone's life, right? Like, we even went to a church one time, and there were interesting notes where we were talking about, you know, gods and what a church looks like and religion. And that was, like, the one time. But even then, it didn't impact people. It wasn't this, like... It wasn't this dialogue about, like... I don't know. Maybe that's also, like, comes from a perspective of, like, someone who is surrounded by people who use gods or God in slang that aren't religious, right? I hear people all the time go, thank God, and they're not religious. They mean it as an aphorism, right? Or I don't know if that's the right term, but you know what I mean, right? They use it as slang. And so whenever people would refer to the gods, I never took them seriously, right? I never went, oh, that's a person who's actually, like, religious. It never felt that way. So if you wanted to have this, like, not meta-plot, but like this main plot about the gods not, you know, helping their children or whatever, then maybe make it more in the game, I guess. And then, of course, there's Hydaelyn. I don't even know what Hydaelyn is. Was Hydaelyn one of the gods? Maybe? Maybe not? I don't know. I have no clue. I have absolutely no idea. And if not, then what are they? Like, we just didn't dig into that even a little bit. It was like, oh, you've been empowered by Hydaelyn, who is a giant magic crystal floating in maybe space, maybe your like mindscape made out of ether. Like, I have no clue. It's completely left up to interpretation, and maybe that's good, right? Maybe interpretation is good. It's nice to go, we're not going to tell you everything that's happening, we're not going to tell you the exact things that are going on, we're instead going to just sort of talk about it, right? Okay, I'm okay with that. That's fine. You can do that. But I don't know. It felt like the game meandered and was pointless and didn't go anywhere, and then at the end they went, okay, we're gonna try and actually start and end a story in like an hour. And they just, like, it was very crammed in there. And maybe that's literally what happened, right? Like, I haven't looked into the details, but I've heard that A Realm Reborn's main story got reworked, scrunched down, and then have, like, a bunch of content, like, made at the end for it. Like, is this what A Realm Reborn normally ends like? I have no idea. I have no clue at all. Because the last, you know, I don't know, 5, 10, 15 quests have felt way better than every main story quest prior. Like, every single one of them. So, it feels like it was developed differently. It feels like they went, nope, we want to actually, like, make a game now. We've decided we want to actually start making a game, and they just made one front, like, beginning to end, and stuck it at the end of the game. Which is bizarre. It's super weird. I don't know. I don't know at all how I feel about it. And what's up with Thancred? We never got any resolution on that. Like, okay, there was definitely a thing where, like, he went off to study the Asians. That was a plot. It's one of those plot lines that, because it was a reveal, by the time it was revealed, I was like, is that a thing that happened? I don't remember. Did that happen? When did that happen? Have I ever had a conversation with Thancred? I have no clue if I've ever had a conversation with Thancred at all. Or if every time he's been possessed by Lahabrea. Which doesn't make any sense. Like I have no idea why that would be a thing. Because I don't think he needs to infiltrate us, like, and pretend to be Thancred and help us kill Ifrit. Like, I don't think that was a thing. I don't think that's relevant to the story, so probably not, but I'd have to look it up. And that, to me, that feels like bad, like, storytelling, right? Like, I've heard people talk about how really cool, how consistent, and the through lines and the payoffs for all the weird things all throughout the game. Like, from beginning of A Realm Reborn to the end of whatever the thing that just came out was, right? Like, they're very good at being like, remember this thing from forever ago? It is relevant. We didn't forget about it, right? And that's, in theory, really cool, but I did forget about it, so it feels arbitrary instead, right? Like, I don't know. And it's hard to say how much that's their fault and them being like, yeah, you should have conveyed this better. Like, I don't know, maybe they conveyed it great and I just didn't care, right? I've said it before and I'll say it again. I probably won't say it again. This is probably the end. But, like, this is a game that I would recommend playing and skipping all of the dialogue, because I didn't, and I still don't know what's going on. Like, what's the point? What's the point of it if I don't know what's going on, even reading 100% of the dialogue? It's just... I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. These credits are longer than I thought they'd be. I was really hoping I could, like, land on a note and be like, alright, cool, here we are at the end. Thank you, I've been DarcyBits. But it's still going. So, here's some dancing cat girls, I don't know. I liked it. It's not... If the main story of this game, even if they, like, tightened up the screws, didn't make it have that really chunky, like, you have a quest line, and it ends, and then you have to talk to the same person you just talked to and start another quest line. Even if they, like, smoothed out all that stuff, I don't think I'd recommend it as a JRPG. I like the game. I'm enjoying the game. I'm going to play more of the game. But it doesn't seem like a good JRPG, which is the weird thing. I don't really know what that means. I really don't know where to go with that. And I don't have anything else to say over these credits. I want to let them run, but I don't have anything else to say. Like, I'm just going to be rehashing the same stuff I've said over and over again. I have been DarcyBits. This has been Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. I don't know if this includes the, like, weird little mini patches leading up to Heavensward, or if this goes directly into Heavensward. I have no idea. I remember reading that there was, like, a series of, like, patches that introduced content after, and that's probably what this is probably the end of, like, the main, and then there's, like, a series of patches that are, like, this leads, I don't know, like, it was like a sort of pre-hype promotion-y thing leading up to the release of Heavensward, and then if you know, that you could play even if you hadn't bought Heavensward. That's what I'm assuming it is, but I haven't looked into it, so I really don't know. So I guess we'll play some of that next time we meet, and then it's on to Heavensward, and that's legitimately exciting. Even if just because I can finally get back to fishing. Right? As weird as that sounds, right? I've hit level 60 in fishing, and I can't buy level 60 gear for my fisher. So they're just sort of like, can't do it. Can't do it. So they're kind of stranded at the moment, and that's exciting. I don't know if the gear exists to just, like, if I can just buy the gear, or if I'm going to have to start doing, like, tombstone stuff. I have no idea. But, I am excited to see that, the potential of doing some fishing streams. Maybe I'll do some fishing streams. You know? Again, I'll have to do that after I've unlocked those new zones. Which, as I said, I am assuming, I don't know, but I'm assuming there are... I'm assuming there's this couple of quests that are technically A Realm Reborn content, even though it's after the main story, that leads up to the Heavensward expansion. But I do plan to play Heavensward, right? Like, it's funny, right? Everyone says it gets so much better at Heavensward. I'm so excited for you to get to Heavensward. And there's a part of me that's like, I just finished the game. I want to stop. That was it. I have closure. I don't need to keep playing. And I'm tempted. I'm tempted to be like, you know what? I want to play other games. I'm going to take a break from this. And I guess I can, right? I'm not on a month-to-month subscription model. I can take a break if I want to. I don't know. Not really sure what I'll be doing next time. But, I don't know. I do feel like I've had some amount of closure with this ending. I think they did a good job at making it theatrical. And that's kind of what it needed. This game hasn't had a lot of theatrics, right? And every time it has, like, the theatrics have been very consistently good in this game. Like, every time there's, like, fancy camera angle, action-filled cutscene, I go, wow, this feels like Final Fantasy for the first time in 5 hours or more, right? Like, it is cool seeing these different places, though. This costs us all. Sengoku. Sure. Wow, these are long credits. I never know how I feel about credits. Like, obviously credit people, you should do that, blah, 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 blah. But, like, does anybody care about being credited like this? Right? Like, I'm not reading this, right? I mean, I guess it means that if I wanted to find information, I could find it. But we have the internet now, you know? Like, you can just release this information online, and it has been, I'm sure, right? There's something... I guess that's the thing, right? Like, credits are kind of an outdated concept. It's the... I remember watching movies and being like, pause the movie so we can, like, read the credits because I want to know who the actor there was and stuff, right? Like, I've done that before as a kid. I remember doing that. And I'm not going to do that anymore. I don't need to do that anymore. It's not relevant. But there's still something very nice about credits. They feel good somehow. It feels... It's a type of psychological closure. It's interesting, because we've been sort of practiced those muscles. They're not even putting art up anymore. They're like, we're done. No one's going to watch this far. And that's the other thing, right? Like, if your name is at this part of the credits, are you thinking like, wow, I might as well not even been on there? Like, people skip after the first 5 minutes. How long has this been going for? Like, these are long credits. I don't know. I guess they feel extra long because I'm trying to keep up the chatter, right? Which is kind of ridiculous. Kind of ridiculous to try and be talking over this whole thing. And it's weird, right? Like, I'm going to be making this into a video. I'm going to have this edited down to as tight as I can get. It's probably going to end up as 2 videos, honestly, but we'll see. And, like, all of this, content-wise, should be cut. But I'm not going to do that, right? I'm going to let these credits be here, because they should be. It's part... I don't know. It's especially funny, because obviously I haven't been, like, showing credits every time I play the game, but the ending's different. Do you think it's going to be an after the credits scene? What do you think? What is this? Meteor Survivors. Wow. This is... Are these the player characters that carried over their account when A Realm Reborn came out? It's funny. I wonder how much the game expects me to know the lore of the first game. Because they talked about Meteor like 3 or 4 times and didn't explain what it was any of the times. And I kept expecting them to be like I thought they were just teasing. I thought they were like, oh yeah, Meteor. And I was supposed to go, oh, that's a thing they're going to talk about later. And they just didn't. Because it's not. It's a thing they talked about in the past. That is... Is that what Meteor is? Is Meteor the big, like, dragon egg falling on the planet? Is that what happened? I don't know. I don't know the history. They didn't really do anything with it in the game. Despite the whole, like, remembrance ceremonies and everything. So can I, like, move this? Oh, wow. Well, you guys, you didn't make the game, so I don't need to show all of you. How many Zeds do you think there are? Probably a lot. Like, I think there was more, like, less Ys than Zeds, which makes sense, right? Why not name your character with a Z in the name? It's a fancy, cool thing to do. I'm gonna let these play out and see how it ends. It's possible that hitting next would do something, but I'm gonna wait it out. I'm gonna see what happens. I am wondering if it's just gonna, like, have a hard cut to where I am. It's just gonna be like, you're here now. Like, you're just in a field. It's so weird, like, the stylistic inconsistency, right? Like, it's very harsh, the cutting between, like, overworld travel and cutscene. Let's see. Special thanks. There's another section of credits. Or it's looping. I don't know which. I don't remember what the first part of the, like, black screen credits was. I don't think they did special thanks yet. This is wild. Wow. I mean, I get it. Like, I know a lot of people make games. It's just especially interesting in this format of, like, yeah, it does have a main story, you know? Like, sure, fair enough. It does have a main story. So why not have credits just like the end of any, like, single-player game? But yeah, it feels a little bit weird, right? It's like, there's no end credits for, like, League of Legends. You can view credits whenever you want, but there's no, like, end credits, because the game doesn't end, right? And because it's MMO, that's kind of how the game feels, despite there being the end of a main story. A main story ends, yeah. Huh. Oh. I was waiting for that after the credits scene. That's such a long time to make my viewers wait. I don't know. Oh, everyone's disappearing.
What is it?
That roar. It can't be.
Did you hear that?
There's no time to spare.
Where is it coming from?
Dread tidings, chaos and carnage!
Sorry.
It is an abomination! A primal has awakened!
Yeah, there's one in Gridania. I said I'd do it after I finished the main story. I'm just messing with you. The thing is, I think more cutscenes should be long like this. All those little, like, take 2 steps, then start another cutscene things from in the dungeon felt awful. Who's this guy?
Cast Bahamul move.
Bahamut stirs. Oh, I gotta click through. We're back to that kind of thing, huh?
One Azaz
will be others ere long. Oh, these guys are so cool. The question of whether Eorzea's champion shall yield, but of when.
We next
And
start
with
move.
each passing
The
minute,
only
we
cast
draw
of the
closer
Horseride
to
Bomb.
the reckoning. Do you think they can only possess bodies that are wearing those robes? Is that like a special thing? How would you get them to wear them in the first place? To the one true God. To Zodiark. Zodiark? Alright, I didn't see that coming. Zodiark. Is that a reference to something? I don't know, like, all of Final Fantasy's history with summons. Is Zodiark a famous summon? I don't recognize that name. I mean, I recognize the name, but I don't recognize it as a summon, I mean. Not that it has to be a primal, right? It could be a completely different thing. Like, the gods, the 12 aren't based off of them. And thus did dawn break on a realm reborn. But where there is light, there is always shadow. And I'm back to the Waking Sands. That's an interesting choice to teleport me here. I like that. I think that was a good choice, game. Instead of being like, cool, everyone's gone back to the Waking Sands without you, you better catch up. Like, actually brought me to the place where I should be. Seriously. Well, I guess I might as well turn in this final bit of the quest. I mean, that was a long cutscene, and then long credits, and then more cutscene. And I did feel like it gave proper closure, but I do think that I do think talking to everyone here is gonna give me extra closure. Oh, people are clapping for me. That was cute. Who are you, Arenvald? I don't recognize you. One day, I hope to become a hero to the people like you. A hero like Aaba and Oli were to me. I don't know who those people are. Get used to this, though. Heh, you've come a long way since I first saw you running around the Waking Sands. I've never seen you before in my life. I know I told you to become a storied personage I could brag about having met, but I never thought you'd go so far to oblige me. Are these, like, quest givers? There were so many, like, one-off character quest givers that I don't remember any of the names of. Is that who these people are? Am I supposed to recognize them? Because guess what? You didn't leave an impression on me, Brennan. I reckon a lot more folk will take up adventuring after hearing about what you've done. Brave men and women all hoping to become the next DarcyBits. You do know there was like 7 other people with me, right? Like, by the gods, to think that this ragtag band of idealists could lay the 14th low. 'Tis a tale straight from a storybook. I imagine my former associates would find it most appealing. After all, what young ruffian hasn't at one point fancied himself a hero in the making? I think I may bring more than a few recruits back with me from the 12s would. Sure, I don't know who you are. Hey, I know you. You're that priest guy, I think. We held a vigil at the church until the word came of your success. I cannot express to you how relieved I am by your safe return, Darcy. I think we could all do with a good rest, don't you? I know I could. I still haven't had time to think about everything that happened. About Nero, Gaius. Huh. Some people seem to, like, clap every time you approach them, and others don't. Watching you live the life of a free adventurer has helped me realize that I can't keep putting off my dreams forever. I've been talking with Wedge about opening a workshop, independent of Garland Ironworks. Maybe in Vilbrand, I don't know. Working with the chief is a great and all, but someday I want to build my own enterprise, you know? You're an inspiration to us all, Darcy. An honest to God's hero that never gives up, never gives in. And neither will I. I'll win Tataru's heart. See if I don't. Hey. You know what? This is long overdue. I missed, but just thought that counts. I'm gonna break this up. I gotta see if anyone's over here. The answer's probably no, right? Yeah, alright. I'm not gonna check out this whole place. But I had to check. Everyone give me another round of applause. Yeah! Alright. This is a really cool end. Like, as much as I was talking about the theatrics of the end cutscene, right? And how, like, it really did a good job at, like, sweeping me up in it and being like, you finished the game! This feels like the end of a game. I really like this, actually. Final Fantasy XIV has not felt like a world filled with characters, where every scene, I want to make sure I talk to everyone in it. Because it's a world filled with nobodies, right? People don't react to the world around them very often. There's not a lot of that going on, and there's so many people that they don't feel like characters. They feel like, you know, random number generators. Which they're not, but they feel that way. And this little segment here, where all the people, even people I don't remember, all the people that were around me throughout this journey are here to say something. And they're saying something relevant because this is a specific instance. And the game could use more of that, right? Like, actual instancing things out, which I know is kind of anti-MMO, but it works. Like, it helps you control the story to make it feel like a JRPG. I don't know. Tataru better be in here somewhere. We all decided to give you a special surprise welcome, just like the ones on heroic epics. Your story took many twists and turns, but you managed to get to the happy ending. Let's hope for more happy endings to come. So a new era has begun. On such a momentous occasion, I find it good for the soul to tie up loose ends. What would I suggest you do? Why, the same thing you always do after accomplishing a task. Raportum in filia. It ends where it begins, my friend. It began on a boat. I came in from some foreign land that I don't even know the name of. I have no clue where I came from. At all. I was basically born on a boat. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea who I am. I have like... Okay, I don't know why I decided... I'm gonna talk to Thancred last. Welcome back, Warrior of Light. We, all of us, prayed for your safe return. The 7th Astral Era has dawned, setting in motion a myriad of new beginnings. I suspect our paths will diverge for a time. Have you said your farewells to the Scions? They'll diverge for a time. I guess just because, like, I wouldn't have a reason to, like, hang out with the Scions. But, like, theoretically, I could come back here anytime if I wanted to, I guess. That's a good point, though, right? If the next expansion hadn't come out when I first played this, right? I probably wouldn't talk to these characters for quite some time. I'd go off and I'd do pottery or something. The land my master sheltered from oblivion hath been delivered unto a new beginning by the hand of the warrior of light. Thus doth history mark the passing of an era. The dawn doth brighten the sky, and shineth o'er the nascent age of hope. And though the clouds gather to mute the sun's rising glory, I would walk far from thee under the gentle glow. Far with thee. Sorry, I said far from thee. That's the opposite of what he meant. Alright, Thancred. I realize I have been the cause of tremendous consternation, and for that, I deeply apologize. Ah, but you haven't time to waste chatting with me. Vinfilia is expecting you. You know, kind of maybe no. I think that is a weak thing. It was like one of the biggest twists, at least they treated it like one of the biggest twists in the game. And that's all we're gonna get? I mean, I'm not gonna say there isn't gonna be more. Like, we'll probably have a cutscene with Vinfilia, and then blah, 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 but like... Really? Okay. Enter the solar. Tara's not here. She's probably out in the front. And I can't help but wonder, would they have let me turn around? Would they have let me leave and go talk to Tataru? And if they did, would she have any new dialogue that's different from after I talked to Vinfilia? And I can't imagine the answer is yes. But I really want to try. I might end up cutting this, but I'm gonna head back and see if I can talk to Tataru. See if it'll let me. Thanks, everybody. That's the one thing, right? As much as I was like, hey, it's cool that they teleported me here, I would talk to Tataru if I came here on foot. When you came to our rescue, I couldn't see 5 yalms ahead of me for the tears of joy. I need not tell you that this is strictly for your ears only. I wish I could just say more. It's funny. I don't know if the game has actually, like, done a good job at making me feel attached to Tataru, or if I just decided I wanted to be. But I really, really care about Tataru, and it's... As much as I want more, like, I want to have a real conversation with her right now about what's happened, about what we've been through. That one line was still enough to make me kind of teary-eyed. Alright. I'm sure it's the same line as I'll get after I talk to Vinfilia, but I had to know. I had to check. Off and on. Where men go as one, there is life. And where there is life, there is cause to hope. The light of hope shineth brilliantly within you, Darcy. I only wish my grandfather were here to see it. The Archons have conducted a preliminary investigation into the origin of the roar that rang out during the celebration. Their findings strongly suggest that a new primal has appeared. The roar generated a distinctive wave pattern in the aether, a pattern observed only once before in history, 5 years ago to be precise. I should like to think it mere coincidence, yet we cannot discount the possibility. Well, I trust I need say no more. Oh wow, she looks really sad. I should have said that in a sadder voice. I didn't look at your face because the text is at the bottom of the screen. That's the problem with subtitles. At great sacrifice, we have delivered Eorzea from the threat posed by the Empire and the Primals, and thereby secured peace. We cannot well allow the realm to be plunged into chaos once more. You have given your all for our cause, risking life and limb on I know not how many occasions. Yet our struggle continues, and we need you now, no less than before. Please continue to stand with us, and together we shall safeguard the future of the realm, of this very star. Wait, what? Of the realm of this very star. I don't know what that means. What? Is that supposed to mean something? Okay, don't dwell on it. It's fine. What? You can now fly while mounted in Lunasia, Thanalan and the Black Shroud, Kurthis, Central Highlands, and Mordona. What? I haven't... Isn't there a quest for that? What? To take flight, simply jump while mounted. Are you serious? Well, okay. I've officially reached the end of the realm Reborn, I guess, if they're giving me flying. Everyone's still out here? I'll start that quest later. Nope, everyone's gone. People are back to their posts. Are they even going to acknowledge what happened? Are they going to say anything relevant? In bringing the struggle against the Empire to a decisive end, the nation of Eorzea has spent much of their military strength. I fear the beast tribes have caught scent of this temporary weakness and will give us scant leave to rest. A hero's work is never done, Darcy. Believe me, I am quite eager to resume active duties and redeem my good name, but I have not forgotten that similar sentiments nearly led me to my doom once before. I will not question the wisdom of our Baldesian colleagues. They have bid me rest, and so I shall. So much has happened in this place. If the walls could talk, such tales they would be able to tell. Yeah, but how everyone got murdered? Are you okay? Don't be so chipper about it. Just when we dared to believe the peace had arrived, another primal awakens. I say, Has there ever been rest for the weary? As one age endeth, and another doth arise, so do our struggles wax and wane. What wouldst thou ask of me? Nothing. Oh, I didn't see you off and on. I want to take a moment to talk about this. I really enjoyed this sequence. This final little sequence, the part that probably is the least interesting to watch as a viewer, I really enjoyed this sequence. Walking, talking to people, having them say something relevant to what's going on, having it feel like they actually are connected to the world, right? When you're an NPC that has one line of dialogue, you don't feel real. And yeah, it's still one line of dialogue, but it's one line of dialogue that's specifically written for what is exactly going on right now, and people being emotional, and this, just walking and talking to people, has felt really good. It's felt rewarding. It's the cutscene with Minfilia there felt actually full of emotion. I don't exactly know how to put it. The nerve of some petitioners engaging us as if we are a band of common mercenaries. I should be glad to refuse them all without a second thought. Now, there's one thing I want to try. Well, a couple actually, because I do want to talk to Tataru. See if she has different dialogue. I doubt it, but maybe. The Garlean threat may have abated, but there is no end to the work we Scions do. In our own unique ways, may every one of us continue striving to make a better Eorzea. I actually would have missed a line of dialogue from Tataru if I hadn't backtracked. That is both really cool because I did it, and also totally bogus. Why not spawn me in this room? That... I feel vindicated in my choice to backtrack, but I shouldn't need to. Got all these new quests. Holy crap, I can fly. I can fly. I don't know how I feel about this. Everything I've read about flying is that, like, when you get to Heavensward, there's a quest to unlock flying. And I can just fly. And as much as it's cool, I want to be able to fly. Flying is good. What happened? Narratively, what happened? Why can I fly now? What? I have been DarcyBits. This has been Final Fantasy XIV or Reborn. And I guess we made it to the end. I don't know when Heavensward officially starts, but here we are. I really enjoyed this. There's a lot of stuff I hated about this game. And maybe it goes away in the expansion. I don't know. But these last few things have been pretty good. Yes, the last, like, actual dungeons or instance battles, whatever you want to call them, have been basically absolute garbage. But they weren't absolute garbage that, like, wasted my time. Which is at least something. And while that feels like a really bad review, it's one part of the game. this ending was good. It did feel like a lot of stuff was being crammed in there because they're like, we need to start and end the story all at once. But I've said it before. The best parts of this game are the slow moments. The moments where they take their time. They let you walk and talk to people and really live in the world. Not the slow, grindy moments, but the moments with space that let you fill that how you want. Fill it with your own emotion. This has been Final Fantasy XIV: Reborn. I have been DarcyBits. Have a good night.